everyone, this is Olga and the new episode of my podcast. And today we have a real poker phenomenon, the man who is making money not only by playing poker, but by creating content about it. Please welcome amazing poker player, brilliant content creator, and what most important, nice and pleasant person, Alexander Wolfgang.
What an introduction, Olga. I think I need to hire you to come to all of my events and just introduce me. That was
Yeah,
wonderful.
actually, I can do that. Like it was like really very natural to me
Very
to
natural,
like,
yeah. Just being
yeah.
honest.
Yeah, stop. How are you
Thank you.
doing today?
I'm doing great. I just woke up as any typical poker player does around 11 a.m. here and gonna have a great day. Might play some poker tonight. Gonna talk to you first, so it's gonna be a good day.
That's awesome. To wake up and seeing me is the sign of the good day, you know. So you're in Dallas right now, right?
Yeah, I'm in Dallas. I've been here for like 2 years. It's a pretty cool city.
Cool. We will speak about where you live and what you do when you're not playing. And let's go, like, let's switch to what's very important to me, YouTube. Do you know how many subscribers you have right now?
Yeah, I check it every day. I
Oh,
have like 1.55 million.
okay, okay.
Yeah.
Like this is like really impressive. PokerStars has 1.9, almost 1.9. Do you know
hmm
how many people work there? Like
At Poker Stars?
like on YouTube channel.
On Poker Stars is YouTube.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I have no idea, but I'm guessing it's at least like 15.
Okay. And what about you? How many people in your team?
You got me and Lucas. We
Okay, really?
got
Just
two. Yeah.
two of you? Wow.
Uh-huh. Yeah, we this year though we're bringing on some other editors to do like some more bulk editing.
Mhm.
But basically the workflow up until now was just I make all the content and do the voiceovers and he does all the editing. But now we're gonna have two guys that are gonna do bulk editing and then Lucas will come in and do all the fancy touches, the embellishments, the after effects, all that stuff. And then I still do my part. So at the end of this year, I'm guessing we'll have like 4 people, but it's really just me and Lucas.
And how much time during the week? Like how many days you are busy with that? Like with your YouTube?
It's like a full-time job. It's like uh I definitely over 40 hours. I mean, it's a joke though because 2025 just started and I looked at the amount of hours I played in 2024 live and it would make any live grinder like puke because I basically didn't work at all. I only played 9 hours of live poker a week.
Mhm.
Um last year in 2024, which means that the other like 40 to 50 hours were all just like YouTube strategy, doing voiceovers, compiling files, shorts, all that kind of stuff.
And when you started your YouTube channel, did you expect such success?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I knew I had what it takes. It was just if the algorithm was gonna bless me and how long it would take. So like the first 2 years were super brutal. Like I'm not jealous or envious of people now, but like you always see a channel pop up and then 6 months later they have like 30, 40,000 followers. For me, it took me like 2 years to get to 30, 40,000 followers. And that was posting like what I thought was good content. Maybe it sucked, but I haven't missed a posting in 5 years. Like every week I post at least one thing. But those first 2 years were brutal. I didn't make more than like $100 a
Mhm.
month. And then finally, like I had a video that took off. But yeah, now it's a little bit easier to gain followers, but I think the longevity is definitely something that like helps me because I have these like loyal fans that have been around for like 5 years. Whereas people now are just starting off, so they may get the views, but when it comes to like having loyals, I think that's where I definitely have an advantage.
Do you think your content is special and made you like so popular?
I don't I don't think it's special, at least not the vlogs. The vlogs I just try to take the best of everyone I see on YouTube and like make it my own a little bit. The thing I have an advantage on is definitely the shorts. The shorts are the best in my opinion. I live in Texas for a reason, and that's because I can literally go within 30 minutes of where I live. I can be at another card room and get diversity of like videos, right? I'm not just filming at the Aria every day or the Win. I'm playing with like dudes that are wearing like cowboy hats and that are like stone cold drunk and like it's just a really fun vibe here that people want to see. So I think that definitely gives me an edge.
You say that there are like a lot of casinos around you, and how do you get like permission to film there? Like, how do you get the accreditation? Did they give it to you easy, like, or you were denied?
Yeah, so it's interesting. Here in Texas, you do technically have to have permission, but when you think about it, each of the card rooms is owned by someone like you or me, right? You could be a big businesswoman here and have like three card rooms. You probably should. Like at some point we'll talk about
I
this
think
because
so.
I have a card room here in Fort Worth that I know you want to come and visit. But yeah, basically you just talk to the owner and you're like, hey, do you want publicity? And they're like, yes. And then that's pretty much it. They just say like don't do anything stupid and like don't piss people off, but it's like as easy as that. You have one conversation, and I have permission to film in like every single room here. And sometimes they'll even pay you too, depending on how big you are or like how good you negotiate. You can like get all your time for free. So you're playing in a rate-free game. You can get like paid for meetup games here, or just have like a almost like a Vegas residency for a DJ. You can have it here at certain card rooms because they're all competing against each other, right? So
Hmm.
like being loyal to one is a big asset.
And what about like casinos in Vegas where you film?
Each state is different, right? So Vegas is kind of weird where they don't technically say that you can film, I'm pretty sure. Maybe now it's changed, but for a while you didn't have to have permission to film. You just kind of did it, and it was up to the floor if they were to kick you out or not. The worst ones are like the Indian tribes. So outside of Vegas, like LA has some Indian tribe ones, Arizona, like states like that. Those ones are really hard to get permission to film just because there's such a hierarchy. Like there's a tribe leader and then there's like the manager of the casino. So like I did a meetup game once in Arizona and it took me like 3 or 4 months just to get approval to like film and stuff. Um, it's just like state by state. America's weird.
And what about when you are in Europe? You still film there, I saw.
Yeah, so that's Poker Stars. Thank you, Poker Stars, for doing that. But Europe technically, I guess, would be the worst for filming. Like if I didn't have like the backing of a big company, like if I tried to go to Germany right now and film in a casino, I'm pretty sure I'd be kicked out within like 5 minutes.
Okay.
Probably with a beer in my hand, which wouldn't be all that bad, but I'd be kicked out for sure. So yeah, that's kind of why I haven't played that much in Europe because I am mostly European. So um it just kind of I want to go over there and film, but like I don't want to go over there and like not be able to, you know. So I've only gone on certain trips where like I for sure have permission beforehand.
Okay, yeah, that's clear. You now are focused on low stakes mostly, but like it's a very smart move because like you can take the subscribers from that stakes because most players own those stakes. But now when you have like big income, I don't know how big, but that's fine. Maybe you will tell us. Uh, are you still interested in playing 1-3 and 2-5?
Uh, that's a good question, Olga. Some interesting accusations there in terms of my income, but yeah, I do. I still have like the tingles, you know, the DGen tingles. So like when I haven't played in a few days, then I get really excited to go and play. And I think you hit the nail on the head. Like you're absolutely correct. Like the reason why I play low stakes all the time is because the majority of people watching play low stakes. So you have to be relatable. And plus I enjoy it. Like I'm not just doing it for views. Like I enjoy challenges. Like right now I have like a challenge where I'm trying to play 100 hours at 1-3 and I'm trying to beat it for $100 an hour. And if I could do that, it's very,
What?
yeah, yeah, I know. Super funny, huh? Think I can do it?
I mean, I know your style. I'm almost sure you cannot do that. I'm sorry. I'm
That's
sorry.
fair. So when the video series comes out and I end up doing it, then you'll be very impressed.
I
But
will. I will. Let's be
good.
honest, you can impress people. That's true.
Yeah, I know you're impressed by the
Oh,
professional
for
poker
sure.
players. So yeah, I mean, I play low stakes a bunch for the views, and then yeah, I only really play high stakes for like big streams or like if my content is all like low stakes for a while, I like to change it up. So I like to have like 50K pot or stuff like that. So it's all about like keeping it interesting. You never want to be like stagnant,
Okay.
you know?
Okay. Um, you're making different formats on your YouTube channel, long and short. Um, but why do you think your shorts are so popular? Especially when there is like nothing big happening there, like the hand with aces or kings, like million of views. Like how?
I was gonna flip it
But
on
where's
you.
the
Before
secret?
answering, I was gonna ask you, why do you think my shorts are so popular? But now you seem to be a hater. You don't
I
understand
mean,
why they're so
I'm not a
popular.
hater. I'm not a hater, but the numbers, like, let's be honest, like, poker is not the popular overall, and it's very, like, narrow niche, and it's difficult to create something like really really interesting, and uh, looks like it cannot be like super popular, and you totally changed it, and that's impressive. That's good. That inspired a lot of people, including me, to create some content on YouTube about poker.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad I can inspire people like you to, make poker content. Um, I think it's popular because initially I was like one of the first people to post, right? And when I was posting super high quality stuff, like I don't know, like a year and a half ago when no one was doing it, I had like the entire market share. And so I think what that did was it told the algorithm, like, I'm posting good stuff. I'm posting it regularly because they like to reward consistency. And eventually now when other people have caught up and started posting, they continue to give me the views because they know that mine is like, I don't know, the gold standard or something, right?
Hmm?
But in terms of like the actual content, you're right. Like a lot of the hands, they baffle me too. It's like I think Ike Haxton called me out for one of the videos because I had like pocket jacks and I check raised the turn and the dude folded. And that was the end of the hand. And that's my most viewed video of all time. It's over 110 million views. I don't understand how I got so many views. From that one video alone, 250,000 people subscribed from that one short. And he called me out on Twitter. He's like, can someone explain to me why this video got so many views? And I responded back, I'm like, to be honest, I have no idea why it got so many views, but like, don't hate me. Like, I'm just like, the reason why I got so many views potentially is just because it hit a certain like area of the algorithm where it started pushing it to other people. Something in the video appealed to people that don't understand poker at all. Because you're absolutely right. There's no way there's 100 million people that know how to play poker. But there's 100 million people that like gambling or like seeing people at a table doing something fun, or I don't know. There's just like different ways that you can make the videos appealing to a different audience. Because if you just talk GTO and stuff, you're probably only going to get like 30,000 views. But if you make it like fun and in Texas and people are eating salads at the table and you're zooming in on them, like then it becomes more of like a spectacle. So if you make poker a spectacle, that's when I think you get the views.
Yeah, that's cool approach actually. This shorts, like short videos, like reels on Instagram, they became like very popular right now. And what do you think? What's the next trend on YouTube, on like Instagram, other socials? Like
The
what
next
will be the next?
trend. Um, so in order to find trends, you have to go outside of the poker niche because I feel like we're not really on the cutting edge of like
Hmm?
content, right? So I right now I'm seeing a lot of like live streaming, and I'm seeing a lot of like people that are walking around in public, like with a camera following them and also live streaming. Do I think that's going to be really good for poker? No, because no one really wants to follow like a boring dude, like not myself, but like some other people. Like that, no one's going to want to follow just a regular like 2-5 reg walking around the casino. Like that's kind of weird, right? But I do think live streaming can be more popular in poker. I don't really know about like playing at the tables, but I think there's different ways to make new content. I dabbled with an idea last year, but I didn't really have the manpower or the energy to do it. But I think it could be cool if I was playing, and let me know what you think here. Maybe if you nix it, then I won't do it. But if I'm sitting at a poker table, right? And normally I have this perspective. I'm filming like this, right? But now I'm also filming this way, but I'm having someone else film me from a different direction. Meanwhile, it's all getting sent to YouTube, and someone on the back end, like Lucas or someone else that I hire, is compiling it. So it's a live stream, my perspective. So you see that angle. Then you also in the corner see a video of me, like my face and who I'm talking to. And then Lucas is editing in the board on every flop. So it's essentially like a Hustler live stream,
Mhm.
but my version in a low stakes game. And I'm able to be like the main character talking to people. I think that could be really fun. I did it. I did a live stream without any of the fluff and all of that other angles in the board, just like this. You can vertically live stream on YouTube, right?
Mhm.
And I tried that. And what it does is it pushes it into a different news feed. So like when you horizontally live feed, like if we were live streaming right now, that would go to mostly like YouTube long form content subscribers. But when I was vertically live streaming, it got a ton of views. Like the most I've ever gotten on a regular stream, when I'm just playing online or something, is like 1,000 concurrent viewers, which is still pretty good. But when I vertically live streamed, I think it got 4,000 concurrent, and there was no like production value at all. But it was just a different angle hitting a different part of the algorithm. So that's a very long answer. I was rambling, but I think that's something that I might test out more next year because I know there's other big creators out there like Aiden Ross, Sketch, Speed. There's like these really big creators with a like 15 to 20-year-old audience that are blowing up right now, just doing like it's called IRL, in real life streams. And they do really, really good. Like I think this dude named Speed is going to South America, yeah, this month or next month. And no joke, he'll get like 100,000 people concurrent watching the stream, which is nuts.
Did someone do like similar, something similar with an operator behind you and you are filming like
I don't know. I haven't poached that idea from anyone else. It kind of just came to me because one day I got a notification on YouTube saying we now offer vertical live stream. So I was at the casino. I'm like, well, let me try it out, and I did it, and it was just like thousands of people immediately joined, and I'm like, okay, maybe we're onto something here.
okay, yeah, try. It's interesting. They say, I don't know who they, but they say that your videos became viral after you played poker as Justin Bieber. I don't know if Justin is watching my podcast, but I have a message to him. I know that you're playing poker. Justin, you've just created the monster. Like literally, you are the monster. Tell me how long actually you are playing poker?
Um, I'll count like 5 years. Like technically, like from when I started my YouTube channel is when I started playing poker.
Mhm.
The first time I played one hand of poker, though, I was like 12 years old. So that's over 10 years ago, easily. Um, but going back to the Justin Bieber thing, it's funny. Why did you mention that? Did you see a video I posted or something? Or did you see
Yes,
another interview?
yes.
Okay, yeah. Back when I was in college, so I've always wanted to do YouTube, right? And people, not in a cowboy hat, but people say I look like Bieber, at least back then when I was in college, right? I'll send you the video later, but um, basically I hired bodyguards. I went into LA and I did this video where I was like pranking people, and people believed it. They freaked out, and back then it got like millions of views, which was crazy. And it ultimately actually led me to meeting him. So I ended up meeting Bieber, and he wasn't really like stoked. He wasn't really happy that I was doing that.
Okay.
So he's like, you need to stop. And so then basically I stopped because I realized it was a little bit weird. But if he does want to play poker, maybe me, you, and him, we can play poker together. That'd be a good video.
Me and two Justins.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
who are other famous people whom you met through poker?
It's a good question. Um, so obviously I have videos on my channel. I played with some football guys. So like the Buffalo Bills. And then through the celebrity poker tour, I've played with a lot of really cool people, like Tana Mongo, she's really big, Bryce Hall, Ray J, um, just like anyone that plays poker these days and that's at that tournament I've met. And it's really cool because like when I'm there or just in my Instagram DMs, a lot of like cool people will message me and be like, "Hey, I play poker," and I like we'll chat about it. And I always try to invite myself to their home game because it's like, A, I'm gonna clean up. No, just kidding. But B, it's really good content, right? Like to show fans of myself and also these like athletes or famous people that they play poker and like it's cool to play poker, right? I think that's what helps grow the game because I don't know. A lot of people maybe have this like misconception that poker is like super grindy and you got to have like headphones and like glasses on and hood on and stuff, but like when you're seeing like other celebrities play, they're the most pure form of it. They're like us when we first started playing, right? They're like limping everywhere and they're like calling with like 7-4 off and stuff. It's just like really fun. So yeah, a lot of really cool people that you wouldn't expect. I've either messaged on Instagram or I've met in person.
Who impressed you like the most among them? And also, who was the worst?
Who was the worst? I don't know if I can say that because then I won't get
You
invited back.
can, no worries. No one cares. No
No
one,
one cares
no one
except
will
all your
know that.
hundreds of
Okay.
thousands of followers. Um, I don't know if I want to inflate his ego, but I think, and I don't know if you've heard of this because you're probably not into American football, but this guy named Gabe Davis, he played on the Buffalo Bills and now he plays for the Jacksonville Jaguars. He's a really good wide receiver. He's probably the best professional player or best professional athlete that I played with. In terms of the worst, I think we're gonna go with Bryce Hall. I think
Okay.
Bryce Hall. I played with him a few times in Vegas, and the dude can't beat me. So we'll leave it at that.
Speaking about American football, I know that this is big passion of yours. Here, when we speak like football, we mean soccer, but in America, it's called like American football. And like, what about this? Like, how this passion started? Like, why are you so passionate about that?
Trying to see if I have any pictures around here. I don't, but I've been playing soccer. Are you talking about Americans like
Yeah,
soccer?
yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm
Yeah,
talking
I've been
about
playing
football.
since even before poker. I just love soccer. My dad got me into it. I played on at one point I was playing on like three teams in Chicago where I grew up. Then I was like on an academy team, which for the States is like the highest level at that age. It's kind of weird talking about myself like and bragging like this, but yeah, I played a lot of soccer, right? And so then I when I went to college, I played a little bit of soccer, and now I kind of haven't been playing that much. That's why I have like, a double chin and stuff. But we're gonna get back into it.
What about football? Like, I know that you're crazy about it.
Oh, it's the best. So like I've never played football. I went to a high school and a university that didn't have a football team, which may be normal for you in Ukraine or Europe, but in America, that's like I'm like 1%, right? 99% of people either go to a high school or a college with a football team. So I think that's why I just crave it so much is because I didn't have it for like 8 years of my life. But until you've been at like a college football game, it's hard to explain. Like the energy is insane. Like you just have like you have the student section, right, which is just like amazing. Like everyone's just high on life, drinking, supporting their team. Then you have the college graduates that come back for big games. And these stadiums are not like 20,000 people. Like they're bigger than some like European football stadiums. Like there's some in the States that are over 100,000 people. So when you go to that and everyone's like drunk and yelling and like supporting their team, it's like the coolest feeling ever. Then I mix that with like poker. So like I usually go to like a college football game on a Saturday and then I end up playing in like two or three home games on Sunday. So it's like my two favorite things put into one. I'm like a kid at a candy store. Like on a weekend during the fall, it's like don't text me because that's what I'm doing. Like if I'm not responding, I'm at a college football weekend. It's fun.
This game is not like so simple as soccer. Like you need equipment, you need special ball, even goalposts. Tell me why, like how it became like national American sport.
It's a great question. I think in America, people would argue
Did
it's
you
either,
notice, by the way, that all the questions I ask are great?
they are great questions. You definitely came prepared. I think,
Thank you,
I
thank
don't know how football became like the American sport, but I think it's just kind of like, it's just very American in the sense that like people are running around a field, like tackling each other and like, it's just a very mishmash sport. Like you have rugby in Europe, right? Where like you're kicking the ball through the goalpost and running. That's probably the most simple, the similar sport, but I don't really know why it's like super popular here, but I'm glad it is because it's amazing to watch. Like the energy is crazy. I think and there's like women football too, right? In America. I think maybe you could try that out. It might be a good like when your views are maybe going down, then you play some of that and then go up again. That could be a good career path.
No, I'm too
It's
old.
very popular, very popular.
Sure. I hope that our podcast will be released during Super Bowl week. And,
Mhm.
all this hype about Super Bowl, like, do you think that something in poker can be as popular as it is? Like, in terms of all this attention, all this excitement, like maybe WSOP, final table, or something?
Um, okay, hot take here. Hot take is that I really enjoyed when the answer to that is no. I don't think anything will be as popular as the Super Bowl just because it's just America's obsessed with that. And I don't think, even though poker is fun to watch, it's just not as fun as football to watch. But I think poker was peaking when we had it on ESPN. So we have you know what ESPN is? It's like the
Hmm.
big, yeah, right.
Yeah.
So like when the World Series of Poker was on ESPN, I think that is when it was the most accessible for most of the viewers. Like I remember I would turn on the TV and there would be reruns going, in like February or March. Like not during the WSOP, but it was just going on TV. And that like got me into poker too, just like watching it, right? And I'd see these hands and I try to learn from it. That was like before YouTube, right? But and no disrespect to any of the companies that monetized it, but there's now it's behind a paywall, right? Where you have to pay a subscription to watch the WSOP. And I think that's not really good for growing the game because you can't just turn on the TV anymore and see it. You have to like go to a certain app and pay like $10 a month. And I think that no one in high school is going to be doing that unless they took their dad's credit card or something. So I think it's not helping. I think that's if we could go back to what it was before, and I've never said that publicly, but I think that's what we need to do. But when there's money involved, then it becomes complicated, and everyone's trying to make their share, and not everyone's thinking about the longevity of the game, but just like short-term like revenue. So can't blame people for it, but we need to go back to like putting it on TV where people can watch it for free and not behind a paywall.
Once I was in, like not once I was in Mexico, but when I was in Mexico, by
Six
accident,
Flags.
I turned on the TV and there was WPT channel and they
Okay.
were broadcasting poker there like all the time. And I have one televised final table and people still write me that they see me at bar or where they are watching it and they think that it's live and they are like, oh my God, I'm rooting for you, Olga. You can do this and everything. Yeah, poker on TV is
And you're
great.
like, I already lost. Thanks for reminding me.
Oh, I mean, I'm happy with my performance. Of course, I could do better, but that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah. No, I know what you're talking about. I've actually seen that on TV too. So
Really?
good luck. Good luck in that. I hope you win.
At least I look good there.
Yeah, that's why they put it on at the bar because they keep people there
Maybe.
drinking.
But also, what I think, like they had another ladies' events, and they are not like so often on TV as ours. I think that's because of my performance there. I don't
Oh,
know.
okay.
I
Yeah,
don't
take
know.
all the
I
credit.
was playing good. I was playing good there. So
I'm sure. I'm sure it's all to do with you.
probably my best performance, of course, no. Okay, let's move on. Besides football, you have another hobby, photography, but like we will speak about it later. I want to talk about traveling. You are actually, American poker players, they don't travel abroad, like they don't go to Europe to play. They are mostly playing in America. And like that's
Because they're
surprising that
boring.
that's you go there. But now I want to speak about your trip to Antarctica.
Nice. You
Uh,
did your
tell
research.
tell me about it. Like it's I saw what you were doing there. Like that's impressive.
Have you ever been?
No, I've never been. I still leave like these destinations for future because if you go to Japan, if you go to Antarctica, Australia, New Zealand, like later it will be difficult to be impressed, So like I'm postponing that for future.
Oh, so you think that in like 20 years from now, nothing's gonna impress me. I'm gonna be like my receptors of like what's cool or not are just gonna be completely fried because I've already seen it all.
Tell me how you went there. Like how do you decide
Um,
to go there?
it was a trip for my aunt's birthday. That was the concept of the trip. Her 50th. It was really fun. We went to Argentina for a few days. I've never been there. And then we flew from Buenos Aires down to like the southmost point of South America in it's called Ushuaia.
Hmm.
And then we took a 3-day boat ride, 2 or 3 day boat ride across the Drake Passage, which if you or the viewers or listeners haven't heard of the Drake Passage, go on YouTube and type that in. It's terrible. It's horrifying. And you have to take so much like Dramamine and anti-nausea pills just to get through that. But once you get through that, then it's like heaven. It's like euphoria, right? You see penguins swimming and you see like it's just beautiful. Everything's crystal clear. We took
Did,
out kayaks
did
under the
you have an
water.
opportunity to touch the penguin? Sorry for interrupting.
No, so given the fact that we're talking right now means I didn't do anything illegal and get arrested.
Okay.
But yeah, I was tempted, but they're very strict. Like I went on, it's called an expedition. I'm sure if I went like if we had a private boat and we went by ourselves, we could do that and get away with it. Not advising people to do that, but it'd be easier. I went on like a guided expedition, so there was always like 1 or 2 people like watching us and making sure we weren't doing anything like terrible. But I'd say the highlights of the trip um, was we were canoeing and kayaking, canoeing around like icebergs and stuff. That was really cool. And then one of the nights I ended up sleeping on the continent. So we had like these sleeping bags,
Hmm.
and like 50 of us slept like in like military style. Like it was kind of weird, but kind of cool, like on the ice sheet. And then that night, I had the good idea to like try to play poker because one dude on the boat recognized me from my channel. Imagine that down in Antarctica, some dude from South Africa on the trip recognized me. And so as soon as I got recognized, I'm like, okay, well, now we at least have a heads up game, right? But then I found other people that were interested, like they kind of knew what they were doing, but not really. So we
Okay.
set up like this poker game on the ice shelf and it was awesome. So the table, because we couldn't bring a table on there, we had
Mhm.
shovels and we made a table out of snow. I still have all the footage and I just haven't posted it yet, but I have this really cool series this year that I'm going to start posting like playing poker in cool locations and I think that's going to be the video that starts it all off. So at some point this year you'll see it, but it was one of the coolest things ever to like it was windy so the cards were flying and stuff and we were playing with monopoly money because I didn't want to rinse people out of their actual money on like an expedition trip, but it
You
was
didn't want to lose to them.
yeah, that's what it was. I wasn't confident in my abilities. It was awesome. Oh, you'll love it. But
I mean, the idea of playing poker there is great. I saw the picture. All people there were playing in gloves, and you
mhm.
were the only one. You were filming. Can you bend your fingers?
No, I think I still have no feeling in this thing. No, I'm just kidding. Um, it was I was just like in production mode. Like when I was playing, I was enjoying the moment, but I was really just trying to make sure the footage was going to be great. And I wanted to make sure the game was as pure as possible so I could still make a poker vlog and not just say I went all in, he went all in. Like I wanted to have it as close to my normal video as possible, but at the expense of almost getting hypothermia, right? So
Was it that cold there?
Yeah, we were playing at sunset, so it was probably yeah, right around freezing. And the winds are really high and then yeah, and then you have to go right to bed after that because they wake you up at like 6 a.m. And so it was just an interesting mix. It was very cold. Yeah, I'm not going to downplay it at all. I
Yeah,
don't know
that's
the exact
impressive.
temperature, but it was freezing.
I'm jealous. I want to do the same. I don't
Yeah,
know.
you'll go in 20 years.
I saw some playing poker under the water with these things aqualung.
Oh, that's not me though. That's somebody
Yeah,
else.
yeah, that's not
Other
you,
people
but
make
that's
cool
also like
content too.
cool. Yeah, that's also cool. I think.
Yeah, it was like in a pool, and then there was like a table, and then like these two dudes with masks. I saw that. That was cool.
Yeah, yeah. I don't
I
know,
can't,
like if they are really into poker, really like interested in the game, or it's just for a nice picture, but it's fun. I
I think it
think.
was just for a nice picture.
Yeah, could be, could be. Now, my favorite segment, Turbo Blitz. I ask you short questions. You answer instantly, no time banks. Like first thing that comes to your mind, like let's go, okay?
Okay, I'm nervous.
Ready? Questions are easy.
Yeah,
Okay,
well, you're smiling though, so I'm nervous. So it's
no
gonna be
worries,
something
no
easy.
worries. You're safe. Do you believe in life after death?
Yes.
Okay, describe your life in one word.
Spontaneous.
The last piece of your favorite cake falls on the floor at your place. No one is around. Would you eat it?
Um, yes, but only from the part that wasn't touching the ground. Like I would like scoop out like the middle top part,
Okay,
maybe
please.
for one bite.
What's your biggest fear?
Um, well, this is tough. I use the time bank. I think it's probably not doing enough.
I was thinking you would reply like one day YouTube disappears.
If YouTube disappears, we'll be okay. But if I die knowing that I wanted to do something and I didn't do it, that'd be terrible.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
nice. Which fictional universe would you like to live in?
Mm, maybe like Harry Potter. I think that'd be kind
Okay.
of cool.
What about Lord of the Rings?
I've actually never seen Lord of the Rings.
This one is interesting. How much do 10 eggs cost right now?
10x?
Yes.
Wait, what does that mean?
I mean, how much 10 eggs cost?
10 eggs. Oh, your accent. I couldn't understand you. I thought you
Oh,
said
I'm
10x.
sorry. 10 eggs. Yes.
10 eggs? Oh, 10 eggs. I like to buy the good ones, so they're probably like $6.
Do you pay attention to the prices when you are at the supermarket?
Not, yes, I do, but not in the sense that I'm gonna put the eggs back. Like I need to eat eggs, but but like yeah, when they keep going up, I'm like, what the fuck's going on here? Like, why are the eggs so expensive? Because like a few years ago, they used to be like $3. Now they're like $6, and you can even get like farmers markets. They're like $10.
Okay.
They're, ex- they're expensive.
Yeah, really. I heard that there are like three levels of being rich. First, when you go to the supermarket and you don't pay attention to prices, are you rich enough?
So I guess I'm not like super rich then, right? Because I told you I still look, but I will never put
I
it
mean,
back.
you can look, but you don't care. Like you can afford anything, right?
You're really trying to get to the bottom of this, Olga.
No, like I'm just second level. When you
Yes,
go
we're doing okay.
to buy stuff, like, and you don't look at the prices, you don't care about the prices when you are buying like.
When I go to the grocery store, I don't look. But when I buy like clothes, I look a little bit more.
Okay. And third level, like the highest level, when you go buy jewelry and you don't care.
Okay, we're not at that level yet, Olga.
Okay. Are you buying jewelry?
I do have some nice things. I got let's see if I have it here. I got this nice watch. Maybe you'll know the brand because you seem to be in that level of life, you know. You're doing very well.
Stop
But
it.
I got this
Stop.
nice watch here.
Show
Let's see
me.
if you
Audemars Piguet?
Yeah, good
Oh,
pronunciation.
I
Wow.
don't know this brand.
Oh, you've never heard of it.
No, never
One
heard.
day. One
Never
day.
heard. Never heard.
Yeah, I got that this year, so I don't have really any other jewelry, but I thought a nice watch would be nice.
Yeah, watches are great. I love watches. I love diamonds. I don't know. Okay, let's move on. What's your greatest achievement in life?
Mm, other than this podcast?
Say again?
Oh, the second, okay, second grade. Um, I think like not giving up on myself, right? Because when I first started the channel, a lot of people didn't really understand what I was doing. And I have a degree in a university. I had like student loans and stuff. And so if I would have just listened to everyone and done the normal path, I would be not really happy and successful, I think. So I think my greatest achievement is like the content I've created and the platform I've created, but by means of not like believing in myself, you know?
Yeah. Probably that's because you're still young. I don't know.
Yeah, I was young and stubborn, but it worked out for me. 2 years I was completely broke. Probably in debt too, honestly, but it worked out.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good. Now you're in a good shape. I don't
Yeah,
know.
now I can buy eggs and not look at the price.
Okay, even at farmer's store.
Even farmers market, yeah.
Okay, what's your most popular category on Pornhub? It's turbo.
You
You
answer
have to reply.
first.
You have to reply fast.
You answer first.
No, it's like it's me who is asking questions here, okay?
Okay, yeah, Ukrainian.
You're quarter Ukrainian, I suppose.
I'm a quarter, yeah. My mom is half and my grandma was born there.
I
That's
heard
how
that your mom and your grandma are two people like who support you the most, like your two most the biggest fans.
Yeah, I think everyone now in my life is my biggest fan. No one was like a real big hater in the beginning, but um, yeah, definitely my family for sure.
Okay, nice. Because like my sister still doesn't understand what I'm doing in my life. I'm not speaking even about mom. Mom doesn't care, honestly. Like once what happened to me, like my sister came up to me and she said, like, Olga, you need to stop playing poker. Like I say, why? Like I'm not losing money. I'm not playing with your money. And she said, like like what the fuck, you think that you can play with my money? Of course, like no, like just stop. And
Yeah, all you have to do is turn the TV on and show her.
she doesn't care. First, she doesn't understand. Like she still thinks that it's something like gambling. And also, like once I won a big tournament, like 10K. At that moment, it was big. It's still big for me now. I don't know. And my ex said that I need to cash out and stop playing. Never, because it's like slot machine. It gave you one time. Never again. It will give you something more. So.
Good thing you didn't listen to him, right?
I mean, he said to me that I will die under the bridge. Like
What a good guy. Why didn't you guys work out? It's baffling to me.
he was probably that was his way to show me how
You
he
should
cares.
probably text him after this podcast.
I don't care about him. I don't know where he is at the moment.
No, but like that's the thing, like you touched upon it. Like people have this misconception of poker. They think it's like blackjack or slots where you're just destined to lose. But when you're at the highest level, like yourself and me, like the best in the world, it's impossible to lose. And people need to understand that. Like when you're great, when you're a goat, like what are you supposed to do other than win? Like you can't do anything else, right?
You're not that shy. You're not that modest. I see. Okay, let's move on because it's Turbo Blitz.
Mm.
If you were offered one-way ticket to Mars, would you take it?
No, no, I wouldn't.
The best sport in the world besides poker and football.
Um, I think soccer, probably.
Okay, yeah.
Soccer or I like swimming. I really like watching swimming in the Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a cool sport.
Yeah, but not that how they call it,
I don't know how they call it.
sensational. I don't know, like it's not like really impressive. Like, mm, I don't know.
Maybe basketball then. Okay, I'll switch it.
Yeah,
I
but
saw you when you were in Monaco, you went to the basketball game, right?
when I'm in America, I go to basketball too.
See, I did my research on you too.
Oh, good, good.
How was it?
It
AS
was
Monaco.
great. It was great. Yeah. But when I was in Vegas, I made a break and I went for Boston Celtics.
That's a great team. And now Vegas, so when you come for the World Series, I don't think this year, but maybe next year, they're gonna have NBA in
Oh, really?
Vegas. They're
Oh.
building a stadium there. Um, or no, not NBA. It's gonna be MLB. Sorry. So they're building a baseball stadium there, which is like if football is American, baseball is like right underneath it. It's like
Mhm.
yeah, it's like the most American thing you can do is you can eat popcorn and a hot dog at a baseball game, and yeah, then he'll get all the American followers.
But the only one problem in all this thing that it's so expensive. I like to sit somewhere close to where it's happening, but the prices are like huge.
Yeah, but I didn't think you looked at the price.
Okay, let's move on. What's more important, talent or persistence?
Um, I
What
think persistence.
persistence? You have to
Hmm.
answer persistence because like
Persistence.
when I went through the questions, I had some thoughts what you would reply, and you had to say like like this, persistence. Okay. What's your favorite way to spend time alone?
I like to play online chess. I like to work out.
Do you like
That's
to
it.
eat?
I love to eat, yeah, but I usually don't do it alone.
Okay. Do you cook?
Not really. I like to go out and eat, and
Do
try
you
new
like you
places.
like to be cooked?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What does success mean to you?
Uh, Not much. It doesn't really like it's not something that drives me. More so just like happiness. But it's a good metric to like it's a competitive thing, right? I use like subscribers not as like to pat me on the back, but more to like compete and keep me going. But as long as I'm happy, I'll keep posting, even if I had like 1,000 subs, right?
What's your favorite movie and why?
Um, that's a tough one. I really like Django. I don't know if you saw that one. And I really like Law-Abiding Citizen. They're both just really aggressive. They have elements of humor, more so Django than the other one. But
Django
Law-Abiding
Unchained?
Citizen, sorry?
Django Unchained?
Django Unchained. It's hilarious. I love it. There's a German dude in it. Um, I think it's just a great movie. And then I like Law-Abiding Citizen because it's like more like crime and like intense. So kind of like my personalities, right? I'm funny, but I'm also like trying to get into like illegal stuff, you know.
Once a journalist came up to Quentin Tarantino and asked, like, why after Pulp Fiction you didn't film anything decent? And he replied, and who filmed? Like, I love all his movies, actually. Like, Django Unchained, Inglorious Bastards. Like, yeah, great, great
Yeah,
movie.
he's great. He always puts himself in his own movies too. That's a fun fact.
Yeah, yeah. What's more important, money or experience?
Experience. Money only is a good way. Like the purpose of money is for experiences. So I'd
Okay,
rather die with experiences than like a load of money.
okay. House in the forest or apartment in a skyscraper?
House in the Forest.
Okay, I knew, I knew. If you were a president for one day, what would be the first three orders you'd sign?
You expect me to answer this like this? Um, I don't like politics. I don't really like my opinion on that. So I gotta think of like fun things. I'd probably,
Okay.
um,
You'll be president just for one day. It's fine.
yeah, I think it could be cool. Like no laws for like an hour. I think that yeah, there's a movie about that. I forget what it's called, but I think no laws for an hour would be super fun. Um, uh, I'd probably like allocate a ton of money towards like environmental stuff and like animals and stuff. I'd probably like just because a lot of money is probably being corrupted right now, so probably putting it into good things. I'd clean shit up. I don't have any good answers to this. I got to be honest. I didn't really come prepared with this question. And maybe I'd legalize online gambling across the United
Okay,
States.
okay.
Yeah, because right now it's illegal in like almost every state, so we
Mhm.
need to clean that up.
And
I
one
don't
more.
think there's anything. That was a bad answer, but
That's
if something
fine.
comes to me later, I'll answer it better.
Something else? What comes to your mind?
No.
No, okay, okay, that's
What
fine.
what would what would you do?
I have no idea.
Yeah,
Like,
it's a tough one.
yeah, I mean, when I go through these questions, sometimes I think, what would I reply? But like, to be not prepared for this, I'm dumb, I'm slow, I need time to think about that.
Yeah,
Like,
me too.
guys, can you write in the comments what would you do if you would become a president for one day? Like, really interesting to listen to reply.
Maybe I'd adopt Bitcoin as like the national like reserve or currency or something. That could be good.
Okay, could be. In some countries, it is like this. In
Mm-hmm.
Venezuela, I think. I don't know. I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
they need help there.
Okay. Besides poker, as I mentioned, you are a big fan of photography,
Mm-hmm.
and I know that you have like a portfolio with famous clients.
Maybe. Yeah, I guess.
Is it like a secret or what?
No, it's not a secret.
Like, can
That's
you
what I
tell?
was doing before poker YouTube. I was
Okay, you're
like,
not doing it anymore.
no, no, not really. Poker takes all my
Because
time.
when I saw you, you were making pictures of everything. So I suppose you're still a fan of making pictures?
Yeah, it's like an artistic expression. It's fun to do, but I kind of had like different phases of life, and right before the YouTube, I was doing more photography for some like DJs and artists at like festivals. That
Hmm.
was kind of my thing. Uh,
Okay.
yeah.
Did you make new pictures? Nude?
Uh, not yet.
Not yet,
Not
but you
yet.
said you're not into photography anymore.
Well, I could be, it just takes the right, situation.
Can you show the photo, like which are you the most proud of? I will show it.
Okay, yeah,
Okay, like
I
is
will.
there any story behind it?
Um, I think, I mean, yeah, it was just a culmination of me getting invited to this festival with a different artist, right? And then when I was at that festival, I went backstage to a different like section and I met Juice World, if you know who that is.
No.
Oh, he's like this really big artist. He since has passed away, but he's from Chicago, which is cool because
Okay.
that's where I'm from. And I ended up getting some cool pictures of him. So I just think that was like a very like full circle moment. Like both of us from Chicago at this one festival. He's super famous, like top of the world. I was a nobody, but I just thought it was like a cool thing because I shouldn't have been in that area backstage with an artist pass on, but I figured out a way to get there. And it's just kind of like, I don't know, just a cool moment.
That's interesting. Let's come back to poker. When I was searching information about you, I also um, saw some articles about Masato and read some information about him. And he was telling interesting thing that he is a poker player and he has a team like who makes the ideas for him, who help him with ideas, and he is concentrated on playing and on making progress. Like you are the cash game player. What about tournaments? You play from time to time, right?
Yeah, only the big ones that I like get invited to, or they're like worth it. Because for me, playing 4 days in a row for 10, 12 hours is like the worst,
Mhm.
especially with the people that don't talk and you're trying really hard. So if I'm gonna do that, I want it to be like a really big prize at the end, or like really big exposure where I'm at a feature table for like 10 hours straight.
Mhm.
That would be the best case scenario. But yeah, you're right. I only just play cash games because it's just way more fun. And they usually get more views, like consistent views. Whereas a tournament, if you lose on day one, you're not going to get really any views. So I lost money and I lost my time and there's no one watching it. So it sucks, right?
But what about like when you were playing in Monaco, a lot of people were supporting you, and this is like, I don't know, it's a dream when they follow you, follow your journey, like support you. It's nice, no?
Yeah, no, that's the best case scenario. Monaco was the best tournament. I mean, I did win a tournament in Vegas when I was like 21, but other than that, Monaco was the coolest experience, right? Because I made like day four, I got like 18th place out of like 2,000 like crushers.
Mhm.
Obviously, there's a lot of luck that had to go into that, but to be focused for that many days and like responding to people on Instagram, posting like live links, it was a lot, but it was as you said, like it was awesome for people in America that were my friends were skipping work, like they were taking off work to watch the stream like at home, like they're having watch parties. So if I can like do that every time, yeah, that would be like that'd be amazing.
And you were on TV table for long there, so it's
I
really.
was for some reason they kept putting me on it. I don't really know
I
why.
don't know what are these reasons. Okay, the most popular human on poker YouTube, like, okay, I don't know why it's
But
happening.
you know what was funny about that is because I'm like still learning tournament poker, like now I'm a little bit better than I was this past summer, but back then, like I was still figuring out like big blinds and like when I should be shoving and all that. So the fact that I couldn't have my phone on stage was actually really bad for me because when I was out in the field, I could do math like oh, I have 100K and the big blind is like whatever, and then the math was on my phone. But then when I'm on the stage, I'm not able to do any of that. So like I'm pretty sure I made some mistakes because I was like trying to talk with Adrian Mateos and Mustafa Kanit while I was also like doing terrible math in my head. So even though it was really fun to be on the stage, it might have set me back a little bit in the tournament.
I think that they like there are some rumors that they want to like not allow phones at the poker table at all. Do
Hmm.
you think it's like it's possible? People will agree with that?
I
They
don't think
need to
so.
talk to each other.
Yeah, then yeah, what are we gonna do? Like we're gonna have to talk to each other and like yeah, that'd be terrible. No, I
They
don't think that's a good
that's
idea. I think banning like the phones on the rail and like the compute, like what happened at the World Series of Poker, for sure banning that. But um, and then having people walk around and making sure you're not on like GTO Wizard or some like chart, that would be important. But um, yeah, you can't get rid of phones. Like, what are we gonna do for 12 hours?
yeah, yeah. And how
I
would you?
can't focus for that long.
Oh, yeah. They say that tournament poker is like sports, but what do you think cash games can be sports or no? Can be recognized as sports?
Um, Probably not by that definition because with tournaments there's like rankings and stuff and you can see like how you're doing and it's like actually competitive. In cash games, it's all very arbitrary. It's like you play for 5 hours and you win, but then the next day you start over at zero again, right? Um, yeah, I don't. I think that's why people get into tournaments because that competitive edge and like they all have egos, right? The top players, they all want to see who's the best. Like I bet most of them aren't even playing for money anymore. It's just like an ego thing. Whereas you don't really see that in cash games. I mean, I have an ego, but that's about it.
Where do you see yourself? Like, it's not like job interview, but where do you see yourself in 5 or 10 years? Will you be still playing poker?
Yeah, I will be. And I'll probably still be making content, whatever that looks like. Um, yeah, I mean, I play poker because I like it, not really because it's a job.
Hmm.
I'm lucky that it is my job, but I think in 10 years for sure. Like the goal is to play poker for the rest of my life. Just
Okay.
maybe not as much as I am now. Like I don't play very much now. I play like 9 hours a week. I'm gonna try to play more this year, but I think in 10 years playing like twice a month with friends, in like someone's like garage or something, like that would be the goal. And then playing like the World Series in the summer and stuff like that. I don't know. I'm not gonna disappear off the face of the earth, that's for sure.
Okay. And what is your like life looks like when you're not playing, not filming, not studying? Like, what's your daily routine? You
We
work
we have
out a
we
little
have
bit?
we have lives outside of poker.
Okay, really? Because I don't. All my life is about poker.
Yeah, I'm pretty much the same, but I do have like other hobbies that we've talked about. I'm trying to get back into soccer. I have a league that I'm gonna join here in February. Um, Working out. I go to the cold plunge a bunch, the sauna, trying new foods, traveling. I like to use my Instagram platform as like a way to get invited to cool experiences. So like I use Instagram and my like connection to poker to get me into cool experiences. Um, so like two cool experiences that might happen in this spring that have come through my YouTube channel are both in Texas, people I've met here, but one dude owns like a massive ranch, tons of acres. He has guns and wild pigs running around and helicopters. And so like he also knows how to play poker. So I think we're going to combine the two and make a video like that where I'm like hanging out at his ranch and maybe hunting, maybe playing poker, maybe driving flying a helicopter, just stuff like that, right? That's what I'm not doing, but it's still all related back to poker, right? There's always like it has its like little connections. But yeah.
Do you have this professional deformation, I call it, when you are like doing something not poker and you think like, oh my God, I could play at that moment, or I can film that, or I can like do something about poker? Because like when I create content, like for my stories, for example, for my Instagram, they
Great, great
say that
content,
I'm
by
not.
the way.
Thank you so much. They say that I'm not really enjoying the life at the moment because I'm thinking about how to show it, what to write, what to say, and everything.
Yeah, you're talking about being present.
Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely got to be present. I mean, I try to get into cool situations, but then like when I'm there, it's important to like recognize like the moment and like be very present. I think it's like carpe diem, right? Seize the day.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, I mean, it's important to do that because otherwise then you're just like I think that's what keeps me going like long term, right? Because otherwise you're just like grinding, 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 treating it like a job. Um, you got to like enjoy the moment. Like when I was in Monaco, I cried, right? Because I was just like so overwhelmed with just like the moment and the excitement and like the support from everybody. But if I was just robotic and like, okay, like I did it, I'm focused, where's my content? I got to do my outro shot, got to respond to people, then it's like you're not like what's the point? Like you can work your whole life to an end, like having a goal in mind, but if you're not enjoying the journey, that's I think that's wrong because the journey is sometimes like the best part, right?
I wish that you still have this like pure love to poker through the years. I think I'll be there like still I love the game. I'm addicted to it. And when I'm not like playing, because sometimes I really like, especially after big series like WSOP, I feel like a little bit burnt out. So I can do other stuff. I can watch poker. I can speak to interesting poker personalities and everything. I like this world, and I hope our game becomes more and more popular.
But you play mostly tournaments, right?
Yeah, yeah. I play
I
tournament.
think tournaments like cause you to burn out faster, if that makes sense, because it's just like it's more like intense. And it's all at once. Like you go for a series, and even if it's not the World Series in the summer for 2 months, like if you go to a Poker Stars series, like you're there for 2 weeks usually. And it's just every single day, like talking about poker, eating with poker people, playing poker, posting about poker. It's just like too much. So like maybe you have to try kind of like what I do, which is, you balance it out a little bit more. Like you play on a Friday, but then you don't play until Wednesday. But when you play on Wednesday, you're really excited to play because you texted three of your friends that are going to come out and you have like some pizzas coming and you have drinks and the football game's on. Like I don't know, you got to make it more of like I mean, I shouldn't tell you where to make your money, right? Because if you're a crusher in tournaments, keep playing them. But I think the cash game lifestyle is more sustainable long term, where like I've really never felt burnt out in 5 years. Um,
That's nice. That's
I'm
nice.
also not playing 40 hours a week, so I guess you can do that argument. But I think even if I was playing 40 hours a week, I wouldn't get burnt out because it's just so the cash games are just so much fun. At least in America, where like I'm not in Vegas either. Vegas cash games suck, but like in fun places like Miami, Florida, or like Dallas or Los Angeles, you can really have a good like balance, right? I think that's what it's about.
And what about social media? You're not tired from it? Like you have just yourself and Lucas working on your YouTube channel. Like who's helping you with Instagram? Probably no one because you never reply.
Yeah, yeah, you hit the nail on the head there. Yeah. Um, Yeah, it's just me. It's just me. So when I don't reply, it's not because I'm being told not to reply, it's just how it is, how it is
So
sometimes.
my question, like, are you never tired of socials?
Um,
Like, if you decide to make like the break for a week, like being without a phone or laptop, like who would do all your job for your channel?
it would fall apart for sure, just because I like doing the social media stuff. So until I hire someone else to do that, which I don't know if I will, then it's kind of on me. But I enjoy doing it. Like that's why I think I have a bunch of followers is because it shows like I'm posting reels, I'm posting pictures, I'm posting stories about like other stuff. I'm messaging people back, some people more than others. Um, yeah,
Yeah,
so
you react to the comments and everything. Like,
yeah, I like to react. I'm a big reacting guy. Because reacting, you don't have to message it, you don't have to think as much. You kind of just like, okay, like you're done. I don't know. When
because,
I'm responding to a lot of people is a lot of time, right? So I just want to react sometimes, and that it's better.
but like if I start replying to everyone who is texting me, I don't have too many followers. But when I start to replying them, they reply me back. It's like, and I can do this all day. Like it takes all my time.
Yeah, I don't do that. I like I'll reply back to one thing and then like 2 weeks later I'll check that same like from people that aren't my friends, right? 2 weeks later I'll check the text again and then I'll see like five messages, right? And then I'll just find the one that interests me the most and I'll just reply to
Okay.
that one. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a strategy. It's gonna be a course that I put out how to respond to people on Instagram.
So I'm lucky that you replied to me because it will.
Yeah, if I respond in 48 hours, then you're at the top of the list for sure.
Thank you, thank you. I feel very privileged.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming. Thank you for this conversation. I wish you have at least 2 million followers on your YouTube channel till the end of the year and 2 million on your bankroll. And thank you for coming and sharing your secrets. It was really nice. Good luck and see you somewhere in Europe or in America. I would like to come to Texas one day and start playing cash games to see how
Please
it.
come. If you come, there will be a line out the door at the card
For
room.
sure,
We
of
could do a
course.
meetup game. And by the way, you hope I have 2 million followers. I think after this gets posted, I have full confidence that I think we're gonna see a spike in views. So it's gonna be good.
Thank you so much. Thank you guys for watching. Please press subscribe button, leave your comments, and see you next time. Bye.